Alright, so we're going to start off now with a product demonstration of Timberlock, how it works, how it comes together, and you'll see it's very easy. So first thing we're going to do like we're shopping at the store. And what we're making today is a dining room table that's 6 feet long and about 40 inches wide with 2 live edges. So now every project starts with your centerpiece or your B2. So we're going to start by picking up our B2. You can see this one has no holes. So I'm going to lay this down here on my sawhorses. Now, to come off the B2, I need B1s. So I'm going to grab 2 B1s to add width to my table. This one's going to go here. And another one over here. And we're going to finish all this off with our live edge pieces. So it gives you a good idea what your table is going to look like. You can actually set them up like this standing up at the store to get a better idea. And as you can see on my B2, when I get to the other side, the boards are facing the other way. You can tell by the labels very easily right now. Now, one very important thing to remember is that wood does swell when it picks up humidity. When the wood leaves our factory, it is as dry can be. So depending on how long it's been sitting in the store, it may have swelled, which can cause problems with the finger joint. So what I recommend to people is, since you don't know how long it's been in the store, just take a piece of sandpaper. I'm using just one from my Random Orbit sander here, and just use your finger to round it off and just run it through the groove until it's really nice and smooth. And then to make your life even easier, just break the edges on either side of the groove. This guarantees that you'll have a perfect fit, and you can see that it is fitting properly just by sliding them together. If you're having a hard time closing this, just sand a little bit more and you won't have any problems. Alright, so now we're going to start assembling. So what I like to do is I just start with the middle piece. So I'm going to move these back out of the way. Remember, like I said, everything starts off your B2 or your middle piece. And please, guys, when you're handling these in store and you're shopping them, treat them with love and respect, because you don't want to buy the dented boards and nobody else does. So just because you're not buying them doesn't mean you should treat them like crap. So I'm going to set my middle piece off to the side. I'm going to stand up my B1 here, which is going to be going into it. And now I'm going to apply some glue to it. But first, you want to inspect the rest of your board, so take off your labels. You never know what could be hiding under those labels. Actually, let's be even more thorough. Let's get our screws prepared before we even start gluing. Remember, guys, you need to use Kreg HD 2.5-inch screws with these holes, or else your project will not work. You also need the Kreg HD driver bit, otherwise you won't be able to get enough torque into those screws and you won't be able to get them deep enough. So for presetting these screws, just push them into the joints, and if they're loose, what you can do is just hit them with a drill a little bit. You don't want them to poke through yet. Now I'm going to apply glue to my joint. Now, any carpenter's glue will work well. This bottle here says LePage. You'll find that anywhere. It's not LePage in there, it's actually Titebond 2, which is our favorite glue. You can see I'm using my B2 to hold up my B1, so I'm not screwing around. So I'm just gonna move the glue around now with my brush to make sure that I have an even amount of glue everywhere, because there's no guarantee that the glue is gonna go where you want it to, and by doing this, you know that it's where you want it. You don't have to buy a big fancy brush that you pay $10 for this. So now I have my glue in my joint. I'm going to put it down. You can see I'm holding it on an angle here, so I can make it easier for me to line up the end, and then I push it in. Okay, and with Timberlock, I actually like to start from the middle and move my way out. So what you want to do is, for your first screw, you just want to kind of hold them together with your hand. You flip it over, and you want to just push down here, and you keep screwing. Sometimes when you're timber locking, you might get a fine line here, about a 32nd of an inch, and this is very easy to hide. All I do is I just put a little bit of glue on my finger. Remember, this glue is water soluble, so all you need to do is just wash your hands in the sink and just kind of stuff it into the line here. All right, so you can see now, you might have noticed that I left this sticker on. This makes it easier moving forward to identify which one is my centerpiece and which one is my A1. So I have this edge done. Now I'm gonna put my A1 on the other side. Again, before I start, I'm going to put all my screws in so I'm not messing about underneath the table. Go this way. So now I'm gonna apply my glue. All right, we're ready to join these ones. Now, since I have everything ready, all I need to do is tip it over. Now I'm ready to screw. All right, now we're gonna put on our first edge piece.
So it looks like you did a good job on this.
Thanks, Steph.
So now all you have left to do, let it dry for 30 minutes, then sand it. You're gonna put some oil on and then put your legs on. If you wanna learn how to do all these things, check out our other videos.